Another week in the books. I think we're, I don't know, 11 weeks out now, but went to the local aquatic center. Probably did my longest bike ride, which was just miserable. Did another open water swim, got a new wetsuit. So we rolled through it. Now I think this is a build week, and then about 3 weeks we'll start a peak phase, but another week done. Check it out. Woo! Pool work for Monday's done. Hour 20 in the pool, 3,800 yards. You can see I have raccoon eyes, just hopped out of there. So we'll get back, we'll eat, and we'll kind of break down the swim a little bit and how things have been going. Swim today went good. 3,700 yards, which I think is 3,400 which might be 2.1 miles if I did the math right. So pretty close Ironman distance, felt pretty smooth. Right now we're just in the middle of strength training, just to try to stay strong, you know? Where we swam was in the aquatic center because my gym is closed for remodeling. So I had to pay $6, but it was cool being in an aquatic center. I think they had 9 lanes, pretty busy for the swim I did, but it's interesting because it's like, it goes into a deep portion of the pool. It's maybe like 15 feet. So you go from seeing like maybe 3.5 feet at the ground to 15, and that takes a little bit to get used to, but overall, it was like a pretty good swim. I think the thing I've started to realize is, hold on. Yeah, the thing you realize in that swim is at a certain point, it was an hour and 20 minutes, which was pretty good. I think a 2:08 pace is what it ended up at a 1:30 heart rate, but what you start to notice is like the first 15 minutes suck. And then the next maybe hour, you're just kind of clicking. And then once you get close to the end, your body just feels it. You're like, I just want to get out of here. So good signs, distance, endurance building. I also took my old wetsuit, sold it to the post office. There it is, package dropped off. All right. The other thing I noticed on the swim is I'm losing a little bit of core strength. It's not bad, but my legs are floating a little or sinking a little bit. So got a new core workout. Flutter kicks for a minute, 50 suitcases, 25 leg lifts, 10 side plank twists, 50 Russian twists, 50 heel touches, 50 bike crunches, and a 60-second plank. So kind of a hard-hitting 10 minutes maybe. I'll show you what it is after, but we'll get started. There you have it, the workout. My core just needs to be in better shape, but this is what it looks like. Nice little 10-minute workout there. Probably eventually get down that to hopefully 6, but yeah, that felt good. Now we can rest until the bike tomorrow. How much weight do you think I'll lose on the bike? 4 pounds? Right, 4 pounds is a lot. We're gonna hop on the bike. Got about an hour, 10 minutes. Another Ironman power pyramid. I think the peak of this pyramid is 8 or 9 minutes. High zone 3, 5 minutes. High zone 4. And the garage is hot, so I just weighed in. It's 212 pounds. So I'll weigh in after and see if I lose any weight from the amount of sweat that'll be in here. open the garage a little bit to let it cool down before I start, and then I'm going to close it and just kind of rock through an hour of this workout. All right, bike's done. Let's see what the weight is. 210, down 2 pounds, maybe a little more, because I think I was 212.9, so 2.2 pounds in an hour. All right, we're back at the lake, do a little open water swim, and I just realized I forgot my float buoy, so that's what it is. Okay, that's a swim. It was fine. I mean, I was actually really happy with the result. I only did 900 yards without the float. I wanted to do the full thing, but I just made it the challenge to like kind of go into the chop a little bit to get uncomfortable and just kind of hold myself there. So kind of good for that stress test of just like enduring chop and understanding breathing. So yeah, you held a heart rate of 130 during like pretty choppy portions and jet skis going through the new wake zone. So stoked with that. Wish I would have been able to do what I wanted to do, which was the full length, but I'm getting a new wetsuit next week, so I'm gonna do the full length next week, which will be about 3,200 yards open water to really sign off on open water swim. Yeah, and I think I probably could have done the whole thing. I just sometimes when you do your first long open water swim like that, it's just a comfort to have that swim buoy. Just because my legs are still a little tired from the bike yesterday and fatigue, but still happy with it, knowing that I could have. There's no discomfort or real worry there. It's just in the middle of training, you don't want to risk anything too crazy, right? So it was a good time. Next week for sure, gonna try to do the whole thing, which will be a big win for that open water swim. But most excited about from this, chocolate chip muffin, man. Little post-carb snack. Gotta count those calories. So we're gonna drive back, and then tomorrow we got a run, threshold run, I think. I'm officially putting this in my car so that I don't forget it. Look at this. My phone's in black and white, so I can't see. Look at the sunset. Would you look at that? Today is Friday, off day. I took yesterday off too because my hip flexor just like flared up and has been hurting. So figured I'd take that day and today off and then just go into the endurance bike ride about 4.5 hours tomorrow with a 30-minute run and then the long run just to make sure to get that volume in. But the box, what we got in the box is the wetsuit, the Ironman wetsuit that I'll be wearing for Ironman California. Seeing as my other one, too small, sold it. Got a sleeveless one, works great, but I think the water will just be too cold, so sleeveless probably isn't preferred. So what we got here is a Zoot Wetsuit. Good sail on there. Well, I think their logo is the same upwards and backwards and left and right. Good design. So take a look here. Care instructions. Welcome to the family. The hang dry inside out. Don't put in the sun. Don't put in chlorine. Don't wash it. Don't store it on a hanger. Looks like it comes with this little dust bag for it to put in to help us kind of keep it, again, safe. Another one made in Thailand. Shout out to the big boy double XL gang. So much packaging. It's like, it's not dusty, but it's just, you know, the nylon or Yamamoto material, limestone base. So it's got a little wash. Shout out to Limestone Comedy. The original Triathlon brand. So that. There it is. This Tundra blue, like some, you probably can't see now, but this little blue kind of, and light blue, almost like 90s, reminds me of like a bowling carpet. Suit, Zoot in the middle, zipper on the back, 2XL. Let's try it on. Where is my super suit? It's gonna remind you of, right? The Incredibles. Shout out to the Fantastic Four. But yeah, this one fits much better. Probably gonna stick with this XL. I'll try it for the swim next week. Got 30-day returns, but everything seems fine. Yeah, it seems good. There's a little extra, maybe some size in the legs, but that's what you'd expect for like, you know, the 2XL size, where I'm probably on the bottom threshold of 2XL, where XL might be just a little small. So those are things you have to deal with. But you don't use your legs too much, so we're ready. This is me at 0 hours of the 4-hour ride. All right, 1 hour in. This is me 2 hours in. Starting the thresholds in the middle. Heart rate spiked to 175. Taking a break. 38 miles in. All right, 3 hours in, 56 miles. Right there, 56 miles. I think I've bonked. My legs just can't hold it anymore, so instead of, I don't know, I'm gonna give myself about 3 minutes inside of, I'm gonna push through for another 70 minutes, or just go into the run now, because, yeah, my legs are cooked. I don't know. Those sprints in the middle, that's crazy. Holding like where I want for race pace feels fine. But doing sprints at 240, 250 watts for 10 or 15 minutes, so basically an hour in the middle, will just cook your legs. And I think that's the point of this workout. So got to give myself a couple minutes here and decide if I'm going to push for the next hour or just go into the run here. Yeah. 4 hours, 10 minutes later, that was the worst bike ride I've ever done. I finished it out, thought about quitting. Now we're going to do a 20-minute run. So let's do that. All right. On my way to a comedy show. Tired, man. 78 miles or whatever, plus 20-minute run after. So I've seen a lot of people on the Tour de France and a lot of signs talk about tart juices, beet juice or whatever. So got this little pomegranate juice. See if that helps. A lot of antioxidants, superfood or whatever. Before I go into this comedy show, maybe this will give me a little energy or feel better tomorrow for a 2 hour and 20-minute run, 2 hour and 10 minutes. I don't know. 2 miles in, 9:15 pace. Try to hold this a little bit. We'll see. 4 miles in, still staying sub 9:30. So just try to stay consistent. 6 miles in, 55 minutes total. I have no clue where I am. So we'll see where this takes me. 8 miles in, still at a 9:30-ish pace. Found a little trail going downhill. A little rough, but went up a serious hill earlier, so gotta reward yourself. Like 8.5 miles, maybe 9. But I'm running against a thing I have no clue. Feels like a commune. There's no one here. Very inconspicuous, I don't know, eerie. 10 and little 5K to go. 13.8 miles, 2 hours, 10 minutes. Climbed like 3 pretty solid hills. I'll look at the elevation of what that was. But yeah, feeling good. Big volume week, you can tell we're going into big volume up until this build phase and then into peak phase. So legs are feeling good. That ice bath was an MVP on Friday. So I'm going to take out the stats of this and then check back in.